So let's say there's like a trending song and everybody's listening to it, and the deaf should have the right for entertainment also. So first things first, I typically will watch a video on how the artist wants to convey their message. It's a super short video, maybe like 3 minutes, of their message behind the song. So I'll watch the video and then I'll do a gloss to the lyrics. I'll look over the lyrics, then I'll interpret them.
Can you explain what a gloss means here in this context?
So glossing means you're not signing every word. You want to make sure that it's not like an English structure, and you're looking like a robot. You want to make sure that you're using sign language. You want to make sure that the deaf are able to understand you. For example, the proper signs. For example, a song can say, "I am running from, love." So people are able to sign, "I'm running this way, I'm running this way, I'm running this way." So, there's so many different signs for one English word, but there's different definitions within that word. So there's more ways to use the word running. Using your entire body, not only use the signs, but your entire body. And I really think that's what makes me more of a performer than just, doing my everyday job of interpreting. So yeah.
Let's run with that example for a second and break it down a little bit more. Running from love. So that means you're trying to escape from something one way or another. It doesn't always mean physically escape, right?
Or it can be a mental escape.
With the sign for physically running, right? If we're thinking about as an ASL performance artist, you have to show that it's not a literal translation of somebody running from love. So maybe give us some examples of the difference between physical escape and mental escape.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking, this is for a mental escape. I'm thinking of releasing and I'm going away. You can do that. Or for the physical running, I'm trying to let go and run away. So it really depends on just your hand placements. It can be, the same signs, thinking of letting go, up here near your head, or with your heart connected to somebody and literally physically letting go and getting away. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, running this sign, am I physically running, or am I trying to let go of something?
Yeah, so there's a lot of work that goes into these translations. Every element has its own meaning. Do you ever break it down before you sign it, or do you break it down as you go along? What does that mental process look like for you?
So I do both. If I'm at home alone in my room or something, I'll sit and look at the lyrics and try to figure out each line of the song. But if I'm just, listening to music, so I'll typically listen to the part of the song on repeat a whole bunch of times. So I'm able to see what the meta message is, what's behind the lyrics, what's more. I want more, So, and then every time I do think about the lyrics and I'm listening to the song, I'm like, okay, the more and more, honestly, my videos, I'll record myself over 80 times to make sure, okay, this is correct. The first time I ever did a one-take wonder was my first ever video, and then going back, I realized some of those signs weren't fitted correctly. So to analyze myself and to make sure that everything is equally.
How is that different than someone singing? Is it a different level of translation? And how is it different?
Rapping compared to singing. Rapping, rap music I love. I love working with rap music because it's more of not just the words, but it's more about the physicality going into it and the actions that you have to do behind the words. Like last year at the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar, your ASL artist, he did a great job with actually the visual, bringing the story to life, not just signing, but showing how one thing will lead to another thing and that will correlate to the next thing. R&B music I also love. It's more of like a flirtatious vibe. You're using your eyes with the signs. When you're flirting with someone, you're not only communicating using your hands, you're literally
It's your
using
whole
your
body.
eyes, your facial expressions, your body, literally everything all in one. And it just comes out flowing something beautiful.
It's amazing. That whole process has always been fascinating to watch because there's a lot of thought that goes into the translations from English into ASL and what the English words mean. And so
And
I don't know
also,
how you do it, but it's beautiful.
thank you. Also, you have to remember there's not only one way to interpreting a song, right? There's so
Yeah.
many different ways and different approaches that you're able to do so. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that process. There's a lot more to learn.